Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to LBCC Baseball. A single game today versus the Southwestern Oregon Community College Lakers. Brendan Laufenberger on the mound for the Roadrunners, as Riley Quinton, the second baseman, steps in to face Brendan Laufenberger. We'll get you his numbers as we get started here. Thanks again for tuning in. Again, only one game today on this beautiful, sunny April 24th. A 1-1 count on Riley Quinton, the leadoff man and second baseman for SWOCC. The Lakers here in town today. Clackamas back tomorrow. Another 4 o'clock start time. The 1-1 misses up high and away. 2-1 on Riley Quinton with the shortstop Ryan Marino on deck. The third baseman Connor Carson in the hole. Right fielder Clayton Lewis batting cleanup. Batting fifth, the center fielder Tarquin Daly. Batting sixth, the first baseman Ryan Driscoll. Batting seventh, the designated hitter Chandler Cochin. Batting eighth, the left fielder Kean Johnston. And rounding off the order, batting ninth, the catcher Christian McCarroll. 2-2 the count now on Quinton. He swings and hits it foul into the trees and out of play. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, it is Brendan Laufenberger on the mound for the Roadrunners, taking on Riley Quinton at the moment. The 2-2 is hit in the air. Moving back is Damon Peters, the third baseman. He makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the first inning, just getting started. 1 away, and Ryan Marino, the shortstop, the batter. Marino, a freshman from Palo Verde in Las Vegas. Palo Verde High School, Las Vegas, Nevada. Steps in to face Brendan Laufenberger, who has worked 34 1/3 innings through 7 appearances, a win-loss record of 6-0. Laufenberger has an ERA of 2.09. 0-1 the count on Marino. The 0-1 misses, the count evens. 1-1 with 1 out, top of the first inning. No score, just getting underway. Ryan Marino, the batter, with Connor Larson on deck. Laufenberger reading the signs from his battery mate. Kicks and comes, the 1-1 is grounded slowly at Tate Cowden. He's up with it and makes the play. 2 away. Third baseman Connor Larson, the freshman from Bora High School in Boise, Idaho. Stepping into the box, this Southwestern Oregon Community College team, very diverse in where these boys are coming from. They have a lot of Nevada players, a couple Arizona players, Washington, British Columbia even. As the first pitch misses to Connor Larson. LBCC, on the other hand, I believe almost everyone from the West Coast. The only player who isn't is the shortstop, number 2, Richard Mascarenas. And the other players all hailing from either Oregon or Washington. 1 ball and 1 strike to Connor Larson, with Clayton Lewis on deck. A big swing and a miss from Connor, or pardon me, swung on hit foul from Connor Larson. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the top of the first. Brendan Laufenberger going to work. Laufenberger in his 34 1/3 innings of work this season. 23 strikeouts, only 13 walks issued. The count runs full, 3-2 against Connor Larson. Laufenberger, a sophomore from Grants Pass High School, native of Grants Pass, Oregon. Larson swings at the 3-2 and hits it foul once more. A beautiful sunny day here at the LBCC baseball field, and looking like another good one tomorrow. Nearing 80 degrees here at the beginning of the game, which started at 4 o'clock. The 3-2 misses down low, and just after I mentioned the scarcity of walks issued by Laufenberger, he issues one more here with 2 outs. Connor Larson takes his free base, and Clayton Lewis, the batter. Lewis, a freshman from West Hills High School in Santee, California. The first pitch from Laufenberger in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Laufenberger kicks and comes. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Quickly, Laufenberger ahead in the count, 0-2 to Clayton Lewis. With a runner on first base, 2 outs, top of the first inning, no score. This one goes past the catcher, Cole Hamilton, and skips in the turf at Hamilton's feet. Pass ball. Wild pitch. A wild pitch called as it does skip in front of Cole Hamilton. 1-2 the count. On the pitch, Connor Larson advances 90 feet. He is now in scoring position. A 1-2 count on Clayton Lewis. A lot of foul territory and a lot of room from home plate to the backstop here at the LBCC baseball field. And it's come into play multiple times and has come into play here. SWOCC now with a runner on second. An opportunity to strike early here in the top of the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Clayton Lewis, the batter, Connor Larson, the runner on second, with Tarquin Daly on deck. Laufenberger gets the sign. The 1-0 breaking ball misses way up high. Pardon me. It should be 3-2, I believe. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The scoreboard was wrong a moment ago. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Clayton Lewis. Connor Larson, the man aboard second, walked and moved to second on the wild pitch. The 2-2 misses. 3-2 the count now on Clayton Lewis. It was 3-2 to Connor Larson, and Laufenberger was unable to locate and issued the free pass to Larson. 3-2 the count here. Laufenberger taking a long time looking into the glove of Cole Hamilton, reading the signs. The pitch swung on and fouled straight back. The count remains full. Around the infield for the Roadrunners, Josh Congdon at first base, Tate Cowden at second, Richard Mascarenas playing short. At third base, Damon Peters. In left field, Daquan Dennis Lee. In center field, Cole Carter. And in right, Derek Dardzinski. Laufenberger looks back at the runner, the 3-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Laufenberger and the Roadrunners get out of what could have been a run here in the first. Instead, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the first. No score. Richard Mascarenas leading off for the Roadrunners. We're here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. However, Southwestern Oregon Community College was able to get a man all the way to second, left him in scoring position. Mascarenas steps in to face Will Shaw, starting pitcher for the Lakers. Will Shaw, we'll get you his stats in a minute. 1-0 the count on Mascarenas, as this one misses down low. 2-0 now on the shortstop, Mascarenas, the freshman from Durango High School in Las Vegas, Nevada, the only player on the LB team not from the West Coast. The 2-0 misses outside and skips off the glove of the catcher, Christian McCarroll. 3-0 the count now on Mascarenas. Again, no score here early in the bottom of the first. Mascarenas takes the 3-0 for a strike, 3-1 the count. The lineup for the Roadrunners, typical for the most part, is the 3-1 is hit at the second baseman, Riley Quinton. He fields it and goes to first for the out. 1 down. Josh Congdon, the batter. Congdon, the first baseman. Sophomore from North Thurston High School in Lacey, Washington. He'll step into the right-handed batter's box to face Will Shaw. Richard Mascarenas batting first and playing shortstop. Batting second, Josh Congdon, the man to the plate now, the first baseman. Batting third, the third baseman, Damon Peters. Congdon swings at the first pitch and hits it high in the air, but playable for Clayton Lewis. Quickly 2 down, and Damon Peters, the batter. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, Cole Hamilton. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Frishoff Fremstead. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Cole Carter. Hitting seventh, the second baseman, Tate Cowden. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Derek Darzinski. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Daquan Dennis Lee. Breaking ball, taken down low. Damon Peters, the batter, with Cole Hamilton on deck. Will Shaw, the leg kick, and the pitch taken for a strike. 1-1 the count now on Damon Peters. The 1-1 is taken for strike 2. 1-2 the count. LBCC coming in today, 26-2 overall, 13-1 in conference, playing Southwestern Oregon. 7-22 overall, 5-10 in conference. One and two the count on Damon Peters. Shaw's offering misses high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning, no score. LBCC on top of the Southern Division standings. As the 2-2 is taken, strike 3 called. 3 up, 3 down for Will Shaw and Southwestern Oregon, bless you. We'll head to the top of the second, no score. Leading off the center fielder, Tarquin Daly. Daly swings the first pitch from Laufenberger and hits it directly at Damon Peters, who's up with it and makes the play. 5-3 put out. The first out here in the top of the second inning. No score. The Roadrunners and Southwestern Oregon Community College going at it here today. Tomorrow, Clackamas Community College will be back for another 4 p.m. start. Neither team a hit after the first inning. Laufenberger issues a first pitch strike to Ryan Driscoll. Driscoll, freshman from West Linn High School. And I have somehow lost the batting stats here for the Lakers, but pulling that up currently. 1 ball, 1 strike. A Baltimore chop sort of hit up the third baseline, rolls foul. Damon Peters barehands it and tosses it back to Brendan Laufenberger. 1-2 the count. Ryan Driscoll heading back to the box with Chandler Cochin on deck. Driscoll, the batter, a 1-2 count. Driscoll hitting 176 this season. No extra base hits, 2 RBIs. The 1-2 is taken. Strike 3 called. 2 down. 2 strikeouts thus far for Brendan Laufenberger, the pride of Grants Pass High School. Chandler Coachman, the batter. 1-2. Cochin, the freshman from Palo Verde High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. One of 4 players that I see from Palo Verde. And this one is on the first pitch swinging. Popped up. Richard Mascarenas making the catch. 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. The Roadrunners coming up. Cole Hamilton leading off the bottom of the second inning. Hamilton, the 4-hole hitter, batting for his first time in this game. No score. The Roadrunners taking on the Southwestern Oregon Community College Lakers. The first pitch from Will Shaw is hit foul and just misses hitting a car. A close one there. Will Shaw on the mound for the Lakers. His fifth appearance this season. He's worked 22 innings, has a win-loss record of 3-0, an ERA of 2.46, SWOCC as a team, an ERA of 3.97. That is in comparison to the Roadrunners' team ERA of 1.79. Really a phenomenal number there for this Roadrunners pitching staff. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Cole Hamilton, with Fritjof Fremstedt on deck. The sun is coming down, and I'm pretty sure I can feel it burning me as I speak. But the first time we've seen sun in a long time, so a little bit to be expected. 2-1 the count to Cole Hamilton, freshman from North Salem High School. Shaw peering over his glove into the mitt of his battery mate Christian McCarroll. Hamilton swings at the 2-1 and chops it foul. 2-2 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Breaking ball misses up high. The count runs full at 3-2. In 22 innings of work, Will Shaw has walked 5, struck out 20. Here, he walks the 6th batter in, I guess I should say, 23 innings of work. We are here in the second. Hamilton, the leadoff walk, Fritjof Fremsted, the batter, with Cole Carter on deck. Fremsted, freshman from Astoria High School. Reads the signs from Coach Gibson down the third baseline before stepping into the box. Will Shaw, an exaggerated bent-over peer into the glove of his battery mate, Christian McCarroll, who is relaying signs. Shaw looking back at the runner and coming plateward, missing up high. 1-0 the count on Fritjof Fremsted. Fremsted again steps out, reading the signs from Coach Gibson, as is the runner Cole Hamilton. Hamilton's 3 stolen bases this season. A small lead off of first being held on by Ryan Driscoll. The 1-0 taken for a strike. 1-1 the count. Fremsted hitting .231 this season. A pair of doubles, 3 runs batted in. Again, a very exaggerated bent over peer. One of the furthest I've seen Shaw stepping halfway down the mound to look into the glove of his battery mate before stepping back up and throwing across to first. Hamilton back in time. Fritz, as his friends call him, awaiting the 1-1 pitch from Will Shaw, which misses up high. 2-1 the count. Again, the Roadrunners coming into today's game, 26-2 overall, 13-1 in conference, taking on Southwestern Oregon Community College, 7-22 overall, 5-10 in conference play. 2-1 the count. Shaw glances back at the runner, the 2-1, swung on and hit foul. The count evens at 2-2. We apologize for the sun glare. We know there's going to be a bit of an issue with the sun shining brightly and moving west across the sky. It will definitely affect the quality of the film towards the end of the game, but I really can't complain much, as this is the Willamette Valley. We don't see much of this sort of thing. That is the sun. The 2-2 misses. The count runs full. 3-2 on Fritjof Fremsted. Hamilton led off the inning with a walk. Fremsted with an opportunity here with Will Shaw only issuing 5 walks in 22 innings going into this game. Has 6 walks overall now. An off-speed pitch swung on and hit directly at the second baseman, Riley Quinton. And on the soft liner, he throws back to first. Hamilton gets back in time. 1 away, a runner on first base for Cole Carter. Cole Carter, sophomore from South Medford High School. Shaw glancing at the runner Hamilton out of the corner of his eye before coming to the plate and missing. Low and inside. 1-0 the count on Cole Carter with Tate Cowden on deck. Hamilton a pretty far lead off of first. Christian McCarroll, the catcher, popped up considering throwing down on a back pick attempt. He does not, however. Hamilton getting back in time. Again, 3 stolen bases on the season for Cole Hamilton. Cole Carter, the batter, awaiting the 1-1 pitch from Will Shaw. The 1-1 taken for a strike. 1-2 the count. Cole Carter hitting .286. He has 10 doubles, tied with Josh Congdon for the lead in that category. The 1-2 is hit high in the air to left. Kian Johnson moves over and makes the catch. 2 away. Hamilton had tagged but has to head back to first. Tate Cowden, the batter. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, bottom of the second inning, no score. Cole Hamilton, the runner on first. Cowden, a 191 hitter, 4 doubles, 15 runs batted in. He swings the first pitch and hits it in the air to right field, out of play. And foul territory. A nice job, good effort by Ryan Driscoll, the first baseman, Riley Quinton at second, and Clayton Lewis, the right fielder, all coming together. Good hustle, but none of them able to get there in time to make the catch. Instead, the first strike recorded on Tate Cowden. 0-1 the count on the catcher from North Medford High School. Sophomore native of Medford, Oregon, with Derek Dardzinski on deck. The 0-1 taken for a strike. Will Shaw ahead 0-2 now on Tate Cowden. He was ahead of Carter 1-2 and induced a fly out to left field after falling behind to Cole Hamilton and walking him to lead off the inning, falling behind to Fritjof Fremsted, and in a 3-2 count, inducing a pop-up as well. So a leadoff walk and then 2 quick outs. We're here in the bottom of the second inning. No score, 0-2 the count on Tate Cowden with Derek Dardzinski on deck, heading towards the bottom of the order here for the Roadrunners. The 0-2 misses outside. Shaw trying to get Cowden to chase. Cowden holds off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shaw looks to his battery mate, looks back at the runner. The 1-2 misses down low and outside. The count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. No score. Cole Hamilton, the runner at first base. Tate Cowden, the batter. Derek Dardzinski on deck. The 2-2 misses outside. 3-2 the count. Will Shaw was ahead in the count, 0-2. Tate Cowden has worked his way back. 3-2 now the count. Good patience at the plate for Tate Cowden. Cowden swings at the 3-2 and hits it in the air to center. Moving in and making the catch is Tarquin Daly. Nothing across for the Roadrunners. No runs, no hits. 1 man left and no score heading to the top of the 3rd inning. Thanks again for tuning in to LBCC Baseball. Kian Johnson, left fielder, leads off the top of the third inning for Southwestern Oregon Community College. No score. Brendan Laufenberger in his third inning of work issues a first pitch strike to the 8-hole hitter Johnson. The 0-1 misses inside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Kian Johnson with Christian McCarroll on deck. Johnson, a freshman from J.L. Crow Secondary School in Fruitvale, British Columbia. The only Canadian, I believe, it looks like on this team or on the field, or perhaps even here at the ballpark. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one just misses low and away. A nice spot for Brendan Laufenberger. Pitcher's pitch, of course, but Laufenberger thought he had gotten the outside corner. 2-2 the count now on Kian Johnson. A swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 1 here in the top of the third. Laufenberger, 3 strikeouts here in the third inning. Bottom of the order, Christian McCarroll, the batter. McCarroll, a freshman from Higley High School out of Gilbert, Arizona. And really interesting roster here for Southwestern Oregon Community College. Curious as to why they have so many more states and so many different players than LB does. The first pitch, a strike to McCarroll. Laufenberger comes back and misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the third inning, no score. McCarroll hitting 120 this season as the 1-1 misses outside. 2-1. To the 120 hitter who has 3 doubles yet to drive in a run this season. The 2-1 is swung on and hit foul to the right and out of play. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order, Riley Quinton on deck. A slight breeze blowing out. Looks like it's blowing across from right to left. American flag down the left field line. 330 down the left field line. 330 down the right field line. 400 to dead center, and I would believe 365 or 370 or so in the power alleys. Do you guys know?
Probably about that.
Probably about that. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count remains on the foul ball. Christian McCarroll, the batter. He swings and fouls it back again. The count remains 2-2. A student driver almost gets hit by that foul ball. That would have been an interesting part of the driving tutorial. How to react to a broken windshield. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Christian McCarroll. Laufenberger's pitch swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brendan Laufenberger. 2 away, top of the order, and second baseman Riley Quinton, the batter. Quinton popped up on the first pitch, leading off the first inning. A soft pop-up to Damon Peters, the third baseman. Here he steps into the left-handed batter's box with 2 away in the top of the third inning. No score yet. Riley Quinton, the freshman from Archbishop Murphy High School in Kilteo, Washington. He swings the first pitch again, this time popping it up to left field. Chase Cosner, or pardon me, Daquan Dennis Lee making the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on, and 2 strikeouts for Brendan Laufenberger in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third, the Roadrunners coming up. Derek Dardzinski, the batter. Bottom of the third inning, no score. Dards, the 8-hole hitter, swings at the first pitch from Will Shaw and misses. 0-1 the count. Will Shaw, at the last half of the bottom of the second inning, seemed to be getting a bit of a rhythm, getting ahead of batters, at least, to Cole Carter and Tate Cowden. Had an 0-2 count on both of them before Cowden and Carter both flew out. 1-1 the count to Dardzinski. He swings and hits it foul at the plate. The count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right fielder, sophomore outfielder from Woodinville High School out of Woodinville, Washington. Will Shaw, the 1-2 in the turf.
First baseman mentioned it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Thank you all for tuning in to LBCC Baseball. Again, Lydia Parker on the call, Daniel Ferrario on camera. The 2-2 just misses. 3-2 the count on Derek Dardzinski. Dardzinski hitting .274 this season. The 3-2 misses low. Dardzinski leads off with a walk, as did Cole Hamilton in the top of the second, or pardon me, the bottom of the second. The Roadrunners unable to move the runner over. In fact, neither team with a hit here in the bottom of the third inning. Derek Dardzinski now the runner at first base. Daquan Dennis Lee, the batter. Dennis Lee, the left fielder today. A throwback to first. Quick move by Will Shaw. Dardzinski dives back in time. Dennis Lee, number 18, freshman from Oregon City High School. Another throwback to first. And again, Dardzinski gets back in time. Dards with 5 stolen bases this season. Will Shaw throwing back twice in a row. Here he comes to the plate. And Daquan Dennis Lee hits it in the air to left. Racing over is Keenan Johnson. He makes the catch. 1 down. Richard Mascarenas, the batter. Mascarenas is the freshman shortstop from Las Vegas, Nevada. Will Shaw throwing back to first a couple times in the last at bat, perhaps expecting the Roadrunners to try to take second base as they've been unable to lay a hit down to move the runner over. Mascarenas swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Again, another first pitch strike for Will Shaw. The 0-1 taken for a strike. A big breaking ball that dropped down into the zone from way up high. 0-2 the count, 1 out. Top of the order, Richard Mascarenas, the batter. Josh Congdon on deck. Shaw comes set. The 0-2 is chopped up the middle. It's fielded by Marino, the shortstop. He goes to second on his own and throws to first. Not in time. He does, however, make the unassisted force fielder's choice at second. 1 away. Mascarenas, the runner at first. Josh Congdon, the batter. 2 away, I should say. Congdon flew out in his first at bat. He's batting .258. The Roadrunners as a team hitting .268 compared to the .223 team batting average of SWOCC. Shaw's first pitch. Congdon turns on it, hits it hard, but directly at Connor Larson, the third baseman. And he makes the play for the out. Again, nothing across for the Roadrunners. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on. We'll head to the top of the fourth with the Southwestern Oregon Community College Lakers coming up. Ryan Marino, the shortstop, the batter. Top of the fourth inning, no score. Brennan Laufenberger issues the first pitch strike. A good-looking pitch from Laufenberger, the sophomore from Grants Pass. He comes back. The 0-1 is hit up the middle. It's knocked down and fielded by Richard Mascarenas. He goes to first and does not get the throw there in time. Mascarenas saves the ball from going into center field, however, unable to come up with it for the play. It is scored as a hit, as it rightly should be. And the first hit of the game for either team. Ryan Marino leads off with a base hit and is aboard first base for Connor Larson, the third baseman. Larson walked in the first inning. First pitch misses inside to the third baseman, Connor Larson. Larson hitting .250 this season. He has 3 doubles, a triple, a pair of home runs, and 9 RBIs. Ryan Marino on first base. A very good hitter, and I was unable to read his stats. He swung at the first pitch, but hitting .291, leading his team in batting average. He has 7 doubles this season. Slides back into first. No stolen bases, however, for Marino. Only 11 swiped bags so far this season for SWOCC as a team. The Roadrunners with 49. Am I reading that correct? That can't be right. I'm terrible at math. Dan, maybe you can look down that stolen base category. 10-9, wow. So, SWOCC not running as much as the Roadrunners. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Larson, who looks at the 1-2 and doesn't go. It's called a strike for strike 3. 1 down. Clayton Lewis, the right fielder, the batter. Lewis second on his team in batting average. He's hitting .279, 5 doubles, a home run, and 6 RBIs. Marino gets a jump off of first before heading back to the bag. 1-0 the count on Lewis with Tarquin Daly on deck. Lewis struck out on a 3-2 pitch in the first. Here the ball gets away from Hamilton. It skips up off of the umpire, it looked like, off of the umpire's chest chest piece, chest armor. Not sure what it's called. Chest protector. I wanted to say body armor, thinking about Game of Thrones too much. 2-0 the count. And on the pitch, Ryan Marino takes second base. So with 1 out, SWOCC, a runner in scoring position. Still no score here in the top of the 4th inning. The 2-0 from Laufenberger misses inside. 3-0 the count now on Clayton Lewis. The 3-0 is belt high for a strike. 3-1 the count on Clayton Lewis with Tarquin Daly on deck. Lewis, a freshman from West Hills High School in Santee, California. He half-heartedly swings at the 3-1. The count will run full, 3-2. Again, Lewis finds himself in a 3-2 count. Laufenberger struck out Lewis, swinging. Last time he was in a 3-2 count in the first. Brennan doesn't even look at the runner. He comes to the plate. The ball is hit in the air in foul territory and out of play to our left over the SWOCC dugout. The count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're here in the top of the 4th inning. No score. The Lakers picking up the first hit of the game. And Ryan Marino, who is now at second base in scoring position for Clayton Lewis. The 3-2 misses. This time, instead of striking out as he did on the 3-2 in the first, Lewis wins the at-bat and takes first base. Tarquin Daly now the batter. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Daly, the batter, he looks down to his third base coach, who signals to Daly, as well as Ryan Marino, the runner at second, and Clayton Lewis at first base. With 1 away, the LB infield in position for a double play. Daly shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. It bounces off of Cole Hamilton's chest protector. Hamilton hurries up the line to retrieve the ball. And then again, foul territory comes into play quite often here from the LBCC baseball field. Daly awaiting the 0-1. He swings and hits it in the air in the gap in right center field. It drops for a base hit. Rounding third, coming home is Ryan Marino. He will score. Clayton Lewis goes all the way from first to third on the base hit from Tarquin Daly. Now runners on the corners, 1 out. Ryan Driscoll, the batter. Southwestern Oregon Community College Lakers leading 1-0. All zeros had been recorded on the board until this top of the 4th. Neither team with a hit until the top of the 4th. Ryan Marino led off the inning with a hit, and he's come around to score. The first pitch from Laufenberger misses to Driscoll. 1-0 the count on the first baseman, Ryan Driscoll, who struck out looking in the second. The 1-0, a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 SWOCC with runners on the corners. Laufenberger comes to the plate. A bunt is laid down, fielded by Laufenberger. He looks back the runner at third and goes to 1 just in time for the out. Laufenberger, a longer peer at the runner, Clayton Lewis at third before going to first for the out. And the first base coach and a lot of the fans here for SWOCC thinking that the runner, Ryan Driscoll, had beat out the throw. Regardless, the out is recorded, 2 away, and Chandler Cochin, the batter. A nice job by Brennan Laufenberger, perhaps looking back the runner for too long. And perhaps a nice job by Clayton Lewis dancing down the line, making Laufenberger think he was going to go. Congdon hurriedly rushes into foul territory, but the ball goes away out of play over the batting cages to our right. 0-1 the count on the designated hitter, Chandler Cochin. Cochin, a freshman and one of the many players from Palo Verde High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. The Lakers leading the Roadrunners 1-0 with one run coming across in this top of the fourth. They now have runners on first and second. 2 outs. Chandler Cochin, the batter. Cochin, pardon me, the batter. 0-1 the count from Brennan Laufenberger. The pitch is turned on quickly but ripped out of play. 0-2 the count. Now Laufenberger ahead in the count to Chandler Cochin with Kean Johnson on deck. Cochin, a .207 hitter. 5 doubles this season, 7 runs batted in. The 0-2 is a breaking ball chopped foul at the plate. A nice pitch from Laufenberger and undoubtedly a nice job by Chandler Cochin to waste it. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Clayton Lewis, the runner at third base. Tarquin Daly at second. The 0-2. Another breaking ball, and again chopped foul. Nice pitches here from Brennan Laufenberger that Chandler Cochin is just getting a piece of to stay alive, finding himself in an 0-2 hole. Laufenberger shaking off a couple pitches from his battery mate Cole Hamilton before coming set. The 0-2, this time a fastball, swung on and hit foul. A nice job by Chandler Cochin staying alive. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another foul ball. Cochin stays alive. The count stays 0-2. Top of the fourth inning, 1-0 Southwestern Oregon Community College. Runners on second and third. 0-2 the count on Cochin. The 0-2 swung on and hit foul once more. That one pretty high, but I think Cochin zoned in to staying alive, swinging at anything near the zone. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Laufenberger looking to get out of the inning without allowing another run. SWOCC with 2 in scoring position at the moment. Cochin steps out. Laufenberger steps off, and both reposition themselves. Cochin awaiting the 0-2. Laufenberger steps off again, looks back, the runner at second. Clayton Lewis, the runner at third base. Tarquin Daly, the runner at second. Daly driving in the 1 run of the game, Ryan Marino. The 0-2 from Laufenberger swung on, and this time hit fair, fielded by Damon Peters, who goes to first for the out. 1 run scores on 2 hits. And Southwestern Oregon leaves 2 men in scoring position. However, they take the lead 1-0. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Southwestern Oregon 1, the Roadrunners 0. Bottom of the fourth inning. Damon Peters hit by a pitch. The first hit by pitch issued in the game by either pitcher. It's Will Shaw here. That beans Peters in the shoulder. He'll take his free base. And Cole Hamilton will be the batter. Hamilton, freshman from North Salem High School. He walked in his first at-bat. That was in the second inning. Southwestern Oregon, a 1-0 lead. The throwback to first is no good. Gets past the first baseman, Ryan Driscoll, and heading down to first base, putting himself in scoring position, Damon Peters. With nobody out, Cole Hamilton stepping to the box. A poor pickoff attempt here, and Peters takes second base. Christian McCarroll heads out and has a word with his battery mate, Will Shaw, before Hamilton steps into the box. The breeze is picking up here, making this a very pleasant afternoon. Supposedly 82 degrees local temperature. Again, SWOCC leading the Roadrunners 1-0. Time called by Cole Hamilton, as Will Shaw had taken a long time looking back at the runner Damon Peters. The Roadrunners with the tying run in scoring position here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Hamilton swings the first pitch and hits it over the glove of Will Shaw. It's fielded by Ryan Marino, who goes to first for the out, the only play he has the possibility of making. And on the play, Peters advances 90 feet. He is now 90 feet from home plate and from tying this thing up. Fritjof Fremsted, the batter. One away, Fremsted popped up in the second. Fremsted has 3 RBIs this season. He's batting .231. First pitch taken for a strike. Shaw comes back and issues an 0-1 strike. 0-2 the count now on Fritjof Fremsted, the 5-hole hitter with Cole Carter on deck. Fritz swings and hits it foul out of play directly back over our heads. 0-2 the count now. Or I should say the count remains 0-2. Fremsted had worked the count to 3-2 before popping up in the second. Here he swings at the 3-2 and hits it foul once again. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth inning. Will Shaw in his fourth inning of work. The 0-2 misses up high. 1-2 the count now on Fremsted. Shaw looking back, Peters at third. Before coming to the plate, the 1-2 is hit at Riley Quinton. His only play is to first base. The run comes in to score. And it is a brand new ball game here from the LBCC baseball field. We're tied 1-1. Cole Carter, the batter, with 2 outs. Carter popped up in the second inning. The first pitch misses from Will Shaw. 1-0 the count on the 286 hitter, who has 10 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 21 runs batted in, the leader in the RBI category. 1 ball, 1 strike now. And a 1-1 tie. Both of the teams' runs coming in this 4th inning. The 1-2 bounces out of the glove of Christian McCarroll. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Carter. Shaw still doing a good job getting ahead of runners. I should say getting ahead of batters, as the 1-2 drops down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And that is except for Damon Peters. He did not get ahead of Peters, instead hit him with the first pitch in the shoulder. Peters eventually the one to come around and score. Here, Cole Carter swings at the 2-2 and doesn't get it for strike 3. LB picks up 1 run, still no hits recorded for the Roadrunners here going to the top of the 5th. However, it is tied 1-1 versus Southwestern Oregon Community College. We'll head to the top of the 5th. SWOCC coming up. Kean Johnston, the batter, top of the 5th inning in a 1-1 tie. The Roadrunners taking on the Lakers of Southwestern Oregon Community College. First pitch swinging, Kean Johnston hits it foul. 0-1 the count. On Kean, spelled Ian with a K. Kean Johnston, the left fielder, struck out in his first at bat in the 3rd. Johnson takes a strike. 0-2 the count now. Quickly, Laufenberger getting ahead of Johnson, the freshman from J.L. Crow Secondary School in Fruitvale, British Columbia. Johnson takes here. Ball 1. 1-2 the count now. On Johnson hitting 116. No extra base hits and 1 RBI in 43 at-bats. He's played in only 13 games of the 29 played thus far. Swings and hits it foul, 1-2 the count. Again, the Roadrunners 26-2 heading into today's game, 13-1 in conference, taking on SWOCC 7-22, 5-10 in conference play. A slow roller to Cowden. He's up with it, makes the play. 1 down. Bottom of the order, catcher Christian McCarroll, the batter. McCarroll, freshman from Higley High School in Gilbert, Arizona.
I think you guys are heading there Friday. Cool. Where's SWOCC at? Who's that?
McCarroll swings at the first pitch. 0-1 the count. McCarroll hitting 120. 3 doubles. No RBIs this season. And again, McCarroll only played in a few games as well. In 24 at-bats, McCarroll struck out 14 times. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning, a 1-1 tie. The pitch from Laufenberger taken for a strike. 1-2 the count now on McCarroll. The 1-2 hit in the air in shallow right center. Coming in to make the catch is Cole Carter, 2 down. Brendan Laufenberger doing a good job getting ahead of the batters with the top of the order Riley Quinton, second baseman on deck, or pardon me, at the plate. He got ahead of the leadoff man Kean Johnson 1-2 and then got him to roll over 4-3. Christian McCarroll then ahead of him 1-2 and induced the pop-up to shallow right. 2 down, Riley Quinton the batter. He's flown out twice. He swings at the first pitch and hits it in the air to left, and it goes foul. 0-1 the count. Riley Quinton has swung at the first pitch every single time. He flew out with a short pop-up to third base in the first and then flew out further to left field in the third. Here he swings at the first pitch and hits it to the left side as well, this time foul. He takes low and inside, very inside, causing him to jump out of the box. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning, again a 1-1 tie. The 1-1 from Laufenberger, low. Somebody starting to play long toss. Trevor Wells, perhaps? As the 2-1 is in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. Riley Quinton, the batter. Freshman from Archbishop Murphy in Mukilteo, Washington. Probably not saying that right, but the freshman from Mukilteo takes strike 3 for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th after the Lakers go 3 up, 3 down. A 1-1 tie, the Roadrunners coming up. Oh, and to the count. Sorry about that. To Tate Cowden. He rolls over on the old 0-2. fielded by Connor Larson, who goes to first for the out. Bottom of the 5th inning, a 1-1 tie. Derek Dardzinski, the batter. The first pitch to Dards in there for a strike from Will Shaw. The Roadrunners have gotten someone up, at least playing long toss, getting their arm warmed up, as Shaw's 0-1 slips out of his hands. 1-1 the count now with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Derek Dardzinski, the 8-hole hitter, walked in his first at bat in the 3rd. He swings the 1-1 and hits it in the air to left field. Kian Johnson makes the catch. 2 away. Daquan Dennis Lee, the left fielder, will be the batter. Daquan, a lefty. Batting .286. He has a pair of doubles, 8 RBIs. Takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 is taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Daquan Dennis Lee. He flew out to left in his first at bat. In his second at bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Off speed, swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Another off-speed pitch, this time misses high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Both pitchers a really nice outing thus far for Will Shaw and Brendan Laufenberger for the Roadrunners. Only 2 hits allowed in the game, both of them for SWOCC. The 2-2 misses outside. The count runs full at 3-2. The 3-2 is swung on and hit foul. The count remains full with Richard Mascarenas on deck. I had to run in between innings, literally physically run. Must have been fun for everyone to watch up here. I had to run to get a hat, as the glare is enough for me to not really be able to see, and to be honest, I'm getting a little burnt. As the 3-2 misses, and Daquan Dennis Lee, a 2-out walk. Richard Mascarenas, the batter, but I walked up and Daniel Ferrario pretended to be doing the play-by-play after I'd missed 2 pitches, and I was pretty excited about that, and I think that he would have done an excellent job, but he was just messing with me. Will Shaw, I think, motions towards first base. The base umpire calls it a balk. Coach Gibson hears it. The entire LB dugout hears it and yell, he called it a balk, he called it a balk. The plate umpire, however, overturning it. And some SWOCC fans excited here. Whether or not they fully understand what happened is a different story. Instead of heading to second base, Daquan Dennis Lee remains at first. The motion from Will Shaw was enough to get Dennis Lee to dive back. The balk, I guess, originally called by the base umpire and retracted by the plate ump. The first pitch to Richard Mascarenas misses. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. Dennis Lee, a small lead being held on by Ryan Driscoll. The 1-0 misses. 2-0 the count. See a visit on the mound here SWOCC, nobody up in the pen. 2-0 the count on Richard Mascarenas after Daquan Dennis Lee walked. Will Shaw was ahead in the count to Daquan Dennis Lee before coming back and throwing 4 straight balls. He issues 2 more straight balls here. 6 balls in a row thrown by Will Shaw, and that does get his pitching coach to head out to the mound. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th, a 1-1 tie. Just one game here today. Another one tomorrow at 4 o'clock versus Clackamas. The 2-0 taken up high. 3-0 the count. Richard Mascarenas doing a nice job holding off. The pitch just missed high and inside. Shaw side-eyes the runner before coming to the plate, issuing a 3-0 strike. 3-1 the count now on Mascarenas. Richard grounded out in the first and grounded to a fielder's choice in the third. Shaw again looks back the runner. The 3-1 is hit past the diving Connor Larson for a base hit. The first hit of the game for the Roadrunners. And Richard Mascarenas gets the job done here. Daquan Dennis Lee moves to second. Richard Mascarenas now at first base. Josh Congdon, the batter, he's 0 for 2 today, flew out in the first and grounded out in the third. Congdon steps in, batting .258 this season. He has 19 runs batted in. A curveball taken for a strike. Nice pitch from Will Shaw. Congdon adjusts his batting gloves before stepping back into the box. Josh has 10 doubles. He's tied with Cole Carter in that category. He also has 2 triples. No home runs. Again, 19 runs batted in. Daquan Dennis Lee in scoring position, signifying the go-ahead run. We are in a 1-1 tie here in the bottom of the 5th. Quickly, Will Shaw gets ahead of Josh Congdon, 0-2. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Shaw again, a very exaggerated peer into the glove of Christian McCarroll. He looks back the runner. Congdon calls time, with Shaw staring down Daquan Dennis Lee for longer than Congdon liked. Oh, and 2 the count. Shaw looks back the runner. The pitch is in the turf. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Really a pitcher's duel here heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 run apiece, 2 hits for SWOCC, 1 hit for the Roadrunners, an error by the pitcher Will Shaw on a pickoff attempt. Congdon awaiting the 1-2, which misses down low again. The count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th. Daquan Dennis Lee at second base, Richard Mascarenas at first. With Josh Congdon, the batter, Damon Peters on deck. Congdon steps back in. The 2-2 taken, strike 3 called. Congdon goes down looking for out number 3. The Roadrunners leave 2 on, leaving 1 man in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Nothing across, still a 1-1 tie. Or pardon me, we'll head to the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th inning, a 1-1 tie. Ryan Marino, the shortstop, leading off. Marino grounded out in the 1st and singled and scored a run in the 4th. The only run of the game for SWOCC, and one of 2 hits, both of them coming in that top of the 4th inning. Here in the top of the 6th, Jordan McDaniel is in on relief of Brendan Laufenberger, a new pitcher taking over on the hill. Gets Marino to swing at the first pitch and hit it foul. 0-1 the count. We'll get you Laufenberger's stats as we go along in this inning. As McDaniel, the sophomore from Estacada, Oregon, comes back with the 0-1 in there for a strike. 0-2 on Ryan Marino, the 2-hole hitter shortstop. He golfs the 0-2 and hits it high in the air to left and out of play. Marino leads his team in batting average, hitting .291. He has 7 doubles, also leading the team in that category. 11 runs batted in, also leading the team in that category, actually tied with a man by the last name of Davis. The 0-2 is hit deep in the 6th hole. It's fielded by Mascarenas. He goes to first. The throw is low. Congdon, a full extension stretch, and a very flexible play there by Congdon, but unable to dig out the low throw, instead closing his glove on the low throw. And it is a hit in the official books for Ryan Marino, as it was pretty deep in the hole and would have been difficult to beat out the runner regardless. So back-to-back hits for Marino. He's aboard first base. Connor Larson now the batter, who shows bunt, pushes it quickly up to the mound. It's fielded by McDaniel, who goes to second for 1, on to first. Double play. A heads-up play there by the pitcher, Jordan McDaniel, going to second with Mascarenas covering. A 1-6-3 double play. Larson hitting the bunt just a bit too hard, pushing it up directly at Jordan McDaniel. Clayton Lewis now the batter. Lewis 0 for 1 on the day, takes the first pitch outside. The Roadrunners in the dugout, including Coach Yoon, like the looks of it. However, it's called a ball by the plate ump. 1-0 the count on Lewis, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the 1st and walked in the 4th. The 1-0 misses as well, down low. 2-0 the count now on Clayton Lewis, with Tarquin Daly on deck. The 2-0 misses way outside, slipping out of the fingers of Jordan McDaniel, the side armor. 3-0 the count now on Clayton Lewis. Lewis takes a strike, 3-1 the count. Lewis second on the team in batting average, hitting in the 4-hole, hitting .279, 5 doubles, a home run, 6 runs batted in. He also has now 14 walks. I was going to say 13, but he picks up his 14th walk of the season here, leads his team in that category. A good eye on Clayton Lewis, who is now aboard first base with Ryan Marino heading down to second base. Or pardon me, nobody on base. He would have gone to second base, however, Connor Larson grounded to the double play. 2 outs. Clayton Lewis, the runner, now going to second base with Tarquin Daly being hit by the first pitch. Back-to-back free passes. First to Clayton Lewis, now to Tarquin Daly. Ryan Driscoll, the first baseman, will be the batter, as Richard Mascarenas and Cole Hamilton head out to speak to Jordan McDaniel. Now, Daniel, you went to school with Ryan Driscoll, didn't you? Yep. Old teammate and classmate and friend of Daniel Ferrario. And while he was up earlier, I was talking about him, and I heard Daniel say something about him eating a nickel. I don't know if it was on a dare or just for fun. He was hungry.
Just for fun.
All right, so Ryan Driscoll perhaps getting a little extra, what is it, iron in his system? Nickel? Is it actually nickel? I don't know. But in high school, Daniel Ferrario, obviously good friends with Ryan Driscoll, who takes the first pitch outside. 1-0 the count on Driscoll, who's 0 for 2, struck out looking in the second, grounded out in the fourth. He takes a strike here. The count evens at 1-1. I have to say it was pretty distracting. I heard, oh yeah, this guy ate a nickel. And I was trying to say something, and I was like, what did you just say? And in between innings, I had to ask. 1 ball and 1 strike to the nickel eater, Ryan Driscoll, who swings and hits it straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Here in the top of the 6th inning, with Chandler Cochin on deck. McDaniel taking a deep breath before coming to the plate. He misses down low. The count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, top of the 6th, the 1-1 tie. But the go-ahead run in scoring position in Clayton Lewis at second base, with Tarquin Daly, the runner, at first. The 2-2 is hit in the air to left. Coming in is Chase Cosner. Daquan Dennis Lee, pardon me, he makes the catch. And the inning is over. The Lakers pick up no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2 men aboard. We head to the bottom of the 6th, still tied up, 1-1.
Third baseman, 25, Damon Peters.
Damon Peters leads off the bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 tie. Southwestern Oregon struck first in the top of the 4th inning, scoring 1 run, and LBCC answered right back, picking up their only run of the game as well. Through 5.5. SWOCC with 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error. LBCC 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. The first pitch in there for a strike from Will Shaw to Damon Peters, who struck out in the first and was hit by a pitch in the fourth. Here he swings at the 0-1 and dunks it into right field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Damon Peters. The cleanup hitter, Cole Hamilton, the batter. Hamilton, the catcher, walked in the second and grounded out in the fourth. Will Shaw going strong here in his 6th inning of work. The first pitch misses to Cole Hamilton. Hammy, it sounds like his nickname. 1-0 the count. A light breeze picking up, blowing from right to left. Hamilton from the left side awaiting the 1-0 pitch, which is in the turf. 2-0 the count now on Hamilton with Frischoff Fremstead on deck. Damon Peters, the runner at first base, being held on by Ryan Driscoll. Peters jumps away from the bag. The 2-0 taken for a strike. Peters, 4 stolen bases this season. A minor lead off of first base. Will Shaw keeping an eye on him. The 2-1. Almost the exact same place as the pitch before, this time called a ball. 3-1 the count now on Cole Hamilton. Hamilton hitting .303. 2nd on the team in batting average. 3 doubles, 17 runs batted in. He swings and hits it hard in the air. It'll drop for a base hit in center field. Damon Peters had held up in between first and second, thinking that maybe Tarquan Daly would make a diving play. However, the ball does drop about a foot in front of Tarquan Daly. Damon Peters moves up 90 feet to second base, putting himself in scoring position, signifying the go-ahead run in this 1-1 tie. Cole Hamilton into first base, back-to-back singles to lead off this bottom of the 6th inning with Frischoff Fremstead, the batter. Someone up and throwing in the bullpen for Southwestern Oregon. It looked like... No, that can't be right. I was going to say it looked like Riley Quinton, the second baseman, but I think he's at second. Shaw looks back the runner at second before coming to the plate and missing down low. 1-0 on Fremstead. Fritz flew out in the second and grounded out in the fourth. He steps out of the box and reads the signs from Coach Gibson. Perhaps it is Ryan Mang, the freshman from Palo Verde in Las Vegas, warming up in the bullpen? I believe so. It's kind of hard to see the number from here. A throwback to second, not in time. The shortstop, Ryan Marino, had raced behind the bag, getting back to the bag before Damon Peters. However, the throw from Will Shaw, as he had to spin all the way around, not in time. Damon Peters, the runner at first. He led off with a single to right. Cole Hamilton, the runner at second. Cole Hamilton, the runner at first. He batted second and singled to center. Here, Fremstead, a bunt. And a smart play by Shaw going to third for the force, getting the leadoff runner. 1 out on the fielder's choice. Runners on first and second for Cole Carter. Carter 0 for 2. He flew out in the second and struck out in the fourth. Shaw again looking back the runner. He comes to the plate and misses low and away. 1-0 on Cole Carter. Tate Cowden on deck. Cole Carter hitting .286. Leads the team and runs batted in. A good man for the Roadrunners to have up with 1 out and runners on first and second. The infielders, at least the first baseman Ryan Driscoll, creeping into the infield grass. As the 1-0 misses up high. Carter has not shown bunt. Perhaps Driscoll expecting a bunt here. 2-0 the count, with runners on first and second, 1 out. The Roadrunners had only 1 hit heading into this bottom of the 6th inning. They now have 3, with Damon Peters and Cole Hamilton both leading off with base hits. Peters out at third. Cole Hamilton diving back in time here with Riley Quinton covering this time. Cole Carter, the batter, Frishoff Frumstead on first base. The 2-0 is laced into left field for a base hit. Rounding third, coming home and scoring is Cole Hamilton. The Roadrunners will take the lead. The ball goes all the way to the base of the fence. Frishoff Frumstead rounds third. He scores. And the throw in from the left fielder, Kean Johnson, makes it to Ryan Marino, who throws it to Riley Quinton covering second. They appeared to have tagged out Cole Carter, but the base umpire calls the runner out. Bob Congdon saying that the runner slid around the tag to get back in. And definitely from this angle, I would, if I were the head coach for SWOCC, be out there arguing the same thing. However, the umpire a better angle on it than I have, and perhaps he did in fact slide past the tag from Riley Quinton. On the play, both Cole Hamilton and Frishoff Frumstead score. The ball was hit so hard by Cole Carter, it went all the way to the warning track at the base of the fence and rolled. Cole Carter now at second base after a bit of a controversial call and play at second, as Carter had rounded second, had to race back. The throw looked as if it was in time to get Carter, but Carter slid in under the tag. A 2 RBI double for Cole Carter, as Cole Hamilton and Frishoff Frumstead come in to score. It's 3-1 Roadrunners. Still 1 out, and still a runner in scoring position. Now Tate Cowden the batter. LBCC breaking the tie here in the bottom of the 6th. Cowden flew out in the 2nd. He grounded out in the 5th. He turns on the 1-0 and hits it directly at Ryan Marino, who bobbles it a little bit and comes up and cannot throw cleanly. Both runners will advance at least 90 feet, and both will hold up there. Cole Carter heading into third base. Tate Cowden all the way to second on the erroneous throw by Ryan Marino, the shortstop. And I apologize for continuously calling him Alex Marino. I played baseball with a guy named Alex Marino here in Corvallis growing up, and he, I believe, was a shortstop as well, so it's hard for me, maybe a pitcher now, but hard for me to break that habit. We'll see a pitching change here. Will Shaw doing a very nice job. We'll try to read you his stats line, with the Roadrunners leading 3-1. 3 runs on 4 hits over SWOCC's 1 run on 3 hits with 2 errors, the second one coming here from Ryan Marino. The shortstop. The new pitcher is number 9, the freshman from Palo Verde in Las Vegas, Nevada, Ryan Ming. We'll get you his stats as well as Will Shaw's final line when we come back. The new pitcher is Ryan Mang, again freshman from Palo Verde High School in Las Vegas, Nevada, issues a first pitch strike to Derek Darzinski, the right fielder. Mang, before today's game, 4 appearances, 5 innings of work, a record of 0-1, ERA of 5.40, LBCC runners on second and third. An interesting arm slot, and that pitch even confusing me from back here. Derek Darzinski watches it and doesn't go for it. 0-2 the count. What pitch was that? And yeah, an interesting arm slot, a deep sub arm slot, and it looks like a slider. The 0-2 is rolled over on directly at Riley Quinton, the second baseman.
Left fielder number 18.
2 away. Daquan Dennis Lee, the batter. Really a fun arm slot here for Ryan Mang. He misses down low to Daquan Dennis Lee. 1-0 the count. Will Shaw, the starting pitcher, a very nice outing and a solid outing. 5 1/3 innings of work, gave up 3 runs, and if either of the 2 runs on base score, they would also be attributed to him. As the 1-0 misses, 2-0 the count. So again, Will Shaw, as of right now, 5 1/3 innings of work, 3 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. But a lot of zeros on the board until this inning, wherein the Roadrunners have sent 2 across the plate so far. The 2-0 is hit in the air. Moving out and calling everyone off is Ryan Marino. He makes the catch. And the inning is over. The Roadrunners do pick up 2 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and they leave 2 men on base. We'll head to the top of the 7th. The Roadrunners leading Southwestern Oregon 3-1. top of the 7th inning. The first pitch from Jordan McDaniel hits Chandler Cochin. The designated hitter takes his free base, with the Roadrunners leading 3-1, breaking the 1-1 tie in the bottom half of the 6th. Kian Johnson, the left fielder, steps into the box, signifying the tying run. Johnson, from Fruitvale, British Columbia, is 0 for 2. He's struck out in the 3rd and grounded out in the 5th. He shows bunt here and taps it foul. 0-1 the count. Bottom of the order here for Southwestern Oregon. And head coach David Deutschman. Bunt is shown again. He does not pull back, and I don't think he got a piece of it here. 0-2 the count to Kian Johnson. McDaniel ahead in the count here. 0-2 after hitting Chandler Coachman on the first pitch. Here, Kian Johnson bunts and bunts foul for out number 1. Christian McCarroll, the catcher, now the batter. He struck out in the 3rd and flew out in the 2nd. You don't see that very often. See, we need to get you a headset so you can do colors. I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. 1 out, Chandler Coachman, the runner at first. Christian McCarroll hit by a pitch. The leadoff man, Chandler Coachman, was hit by a pitch. He heads down to 2nd. McDaniel came back and struck out Kian Johnson, Kian Johnson bunted foul for strike 3. Christian McCarroll steps in and first pitch hits him. McDaniel working from a lower arm slot. He's come in on relief, or he came in on relief of Brennan Laufenberger, who went 5 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits, allowed only 2 walks, and had 6 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts through 5 for Brennan Laufenberger. A nice outing for the young man from Grants Pass. Top of the order, Riley Quinton, the batter. The first pitch misses to Quinton, just outside. 1-0 the count on Quinton, the leadoff man, who does not swing at the first pitch for the first time in this game. The 1-0 here is swung on and hit foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The go-ahead run, Riley Quinton at the plate, with Chandler Cochin at 2nd. Christian McCarroll at first, both hit by pitch. McDaniel comes back here. The 1-1 is a slow roller. Fritjof Fremsted lets it roll up his leg instead of gloving it. It'll be the first Richard Mascarenas. I'm so sorry. Richard Mascarenas. Is that his name? Richard Mascarenas? He rolls up his leg. It'll be an error on Mascarenas, and the E6 loads the bases. The Roadrunners, a 3-1 lead, very much so being threatened here in the top of the 7th. Coach Gibson heading out to the mound. And I didn't see, he has not signaled to the pen yet, but a couple taps on the shoulder here. It looks like McDaniel's day may be done. The Roadrunners leading 3-1. The bases loaded. Ryan Marino, the batter, we're here in the top of the 7th. The sun setting into the camera lens. It's not that bad. It's a little lopsided, though, Daniel. It's fine. It's fine. Unless anybody complains, then we have to change it. So if anybody wants Daniel to have to fix the camera, let us know. 1 out, and McDaniel will stay in the game. Jordan McDaniel coming into this game had pitched in 8 previous games in 22 1/3 innings of work. A record of 4-0, an ERA of 2.41. He's also picked up a save. The dugout for SWOCC getting loud with 1 out and the bases loaded. The Roadrunners leading 3-1. McDaniel's first pitch is fielded by Damon Peters. He goes to home for the force. Peters dropped the ball, perhaps thinking he could have had time to step back, touch third before going home. However, he bobbles the ball, was a bit too far up the line, I think, as well. 2 outs now with the bases still loaded. And Connor Larson, the batter. Here comes Coach Gibson, and here comes the pitching change. Jordan McDaniel will come out of the game, and we'll have a new pitcher. We'll give you his stats and McDaniel's line when we come back. Darren Brown comes in on relief of Jordan McDaniel here in the top of the 7th inning. SWOCC with the bases loaded, 2 outs. McDaniel exits after 1 2/3 innings of work. No runs have scored yet, but 3 of them could be attributed to him if any score here. McDaniel allowed 1 hit on 1 walk, had 1 strikeout, but the storyline here for McDaniel's relief appearance is the 3 hit by pitches. 1 of them in the 6th, 2 of them here in the 7th. An error by Richard Mascarenas loaded the bases. A nice job by Damon Peters then to get the force at home when Ryan Marino was the batter. Or 2 of them then.
Maybe because it could have been a double play. I don't know.
They can't assume a double play. So okay, you're right. So there was an error in the inning. So only 2 of the runs could be attributed to Jordan McDaniel if they score. Again, Darren Brown, the new pitcher, the sophomore from Henley High School in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Brown comes into this game, 3 appearances, 6 2/3 innings, an ERA of 1.35. 2 outs, the bases loaded. Connor Larson, the batter. First pitch strike from Darren Brown. The breeze is picking up here, the sun behind a cloud. Not chilly yet, but threatening here in the top of the 7th. The 0-1 misses down low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Connor Larson, the 3rd baseman. Larson 0 for 2. He walked in the 1st, struck out in the 4th, and grounded into a double play in the 6th. Brown kicks and comes to the plate. He misses low and in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Christian McCarroll, the runner at third. Riley Quinton, the runner at second. Ryan Marino at first base. Larson turns on the 2-1 and drives it foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. The Roadrunners hanging on to a 3-1 lead. Darren Brown looking to help his team get out of the top of the 7th, maintaining that lead. A big swing and a miss. Connor Larson goes down for out number 3. Darren Brown comes in and gets the job done. No runs on no hits. 3 left on. And Jordan McDaniel's line is 1 2/3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 3 hit by pitch. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. The Roadrunners still leading 3-1. Mascarenas shows bunt and leads off the bottom of the 7th inning. The Roadrunners leading 3-1, and Darren Brown came in the top half of the inning to hold on to that 3-1 lead. SWOCC had the bases loaded with 1 out when Darren Brown came in, was able to get out of the jam. 0-1 the count now on Mascarenas, the leadoff man. As the 0-1 misses way down low, goes past Christian McCarroll, the catcher. The count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike to Mascarenas, who's 1 for 3 on the day. He singled in the 5th and was the first hit of the game for the Roadrunners. Ryan Mang on the mound in his 2nd inning of work. The 1-1 is hit past the diving Ryan Marino for a base hit. Mascarenas now 2 for 4 on the day. Josh Congdon, the batter, 0 for 3. He flew out in the 1st, grounded out the 3rd, and struck out in the 5th. Mascarenas, the runner at first. He'll be held on by Ryan Driscoll, friend and former teammate of Daniel Ferrario, our cameraman. Mascarenas, a small lead off of first. Ryan Mang, the freshman from Palo Verde High School in Las Vegas, looks him back before coming to the plate. Josh Congdon lays down almost perfect bunt and beats out the throw from Ryan Mang. A slow roller up the turf in the red. Just a perfect bunt. Rewatching it here on the live stream, which is just a couple seconds behind. A perfect bunt in the red, staying fair by about 6 inches and rolling so slowly that neither Ryan Mang, the pitcher, or Christian McCarroll, the catcher, could get to it in time. A bunt single for Congdon, his first hit of the game. Richard Mascarenas moves to second. Damon Peters now the batter. The first pitch hits Peters Ryan Mang doesn't like that Peters doesn't try to get out of the way.
Number 13, catcher Cole Hamilton.
The Lakers have a pitcher up and throwing in their bullpen. The coaches will go argue with the plate umpire that Peters did not get out of the way of the ball which hit him. And I guess we could go back and technically watch it here on the live stream. He didn't try to move it all? All right. A consensus here from everyone but the plate umpire. And the coaches for SWOCC undoubtedly frustrated. Regardless, as it stands, Damon Peters aboard first base on the hit by pitch. Josh Congdon moves up 90 feet. He's at second, and Richard Mascarenas now at third base with nobody out. The Roadrunners leading 3-1. We're here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The argument from the coach still ongoing. And an argument which many coaches have argued through the years and rarely won the battle. It's one of the most interesting things in baseball is a coach's tendency to go out and argue calls, argue balls and strikes, argue here that Peters was hit by the pitch but had no attempt to move out of the way. It's interesting that is a tradition in baseball because rarely do umpires change calls. Almost never. The base is loaded. Nobody out. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Roadrunners leading the Lakers 3-1. Cole Hamilton, the cleanup hitter, at the plate. Mang kicks and comes. He misses down low. Christian McCarroll does a nice job of knocking the ball down and staying with it. 1-0 the count on Hamilton, who's 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Fritjof Fremstead on deck. The cloud cover coming in, perhaps giving us a better shot. And another slider here from Mang. Is that mostly what these sidearm pitchers will throw? A nice pitch from Ryan Mang, freshman from Las Vegas. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cole Hamilton. A curve be a curve? We'll call it a slurve. How about that? And all of us back here discussing the pitch that we're seeing from Ryan Mang over and over. It's very slow. How fast is it? About 60 miles an hour from Ryan Mang. It's the sidearm slot that gives him the advantage on hitters, as the 1-2 comes in and almost hits Cole Hamilton. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Hamilton. But the pitch is so slow, it could be a curveball. We're going to have to keep a closer eye on it. The infield all in on the grass with nobody out, looking for the force at home if need be. The 2-2 misses inside again. The count runs full at 3-2. Richard Mascarenas led off this bottom of the 7th with a base hit. Congdon followed suit with a bunt single, beating out the throw from Ryan Mang to first. And Damon Peters was then hit by a pitch. The base is loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, a 3-1 lead for the Roadrunners. Cole Hamilton awaiting the 3-2. He swings and hits it directly at Ryan Marino, who goes home for 1, is unable to make a play anywhere else. The force at the plate saves the run from scoring, as Cole Hamilton heads to first on the 6-2 fielder's choice. We'll have a pitching change here and tell you about the new pitcher when we come back from a short break. Thanks again for tuning in to LBCC Baseball. The new pitcher coming in on relief of Ryan Mang is number 31, the freshman from Sutherland High School, Braxton Bierbaum. Bierbaum standing in at 6'2", native of Sutherland, Oregon, issues a first pitch strike to Fritjof Fremsted. The Roadrunners with the bases loaded, 1 out. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. Bierbaum still working with Christian McCarroll behind the plate as his battery mate. He comes and misses with a slider 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Josh Congdon, the runner, at third. Damon Peters at second. Cole Hamilton at first base. Bierbaum gets the sign he wants. The 1-1 is hit in the air to center field. This is gonna drop, but instead it is caught by Tarquin Daly. A very nice catch for out number 2. Coming in to score after tagging up is Josh Congdon. It's a 4-1 Roadrunner lead. A great catch by Tarquin Daly, hopefully on camera. Cole Carter now the batter. Carter 1 for 3, doubled, and had an RBI, 2 RBIs, pardon me, in the 6th. The Roadrunners lead at 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th. The run that just scored on in Josh Congdon, of course, attributed to Ryan Mang. Congdon had a bunt single being at the throw from Mang to first base. 1-0 the count now on Cole Carter with Tate Cowden on deck. Braxton Bierbaum, the new pitcher coming in here in the 7th, misses. 2-0 the count now on Carter. Bierbaum has only played in 1 other game this season. He went 2 2/3. Gave up a double and had 3 strikeouts. No runs scored, therefore no ERA for Braxton Bierbaum. The 2-0 misses down low. 3-0 the count now on Cole Carter. The bases, runners on first and second. Damon Peters at second base. Cole Hamilton at first. Cole Carter, the batter. Carter hitting .286, leading the team in runs batted in at 21. He takes ball 4, 4-pitch walk, sends Carter to first and loads the bases. Tate Cowden now the batter with 2 outs and the bases loaded. The Roadrunners leading 4-1. The sun continuing west and hiding behind the clouds here, which I think is definitely helping the glare on the camera. Cooling off a bit here with the breezes blowing from right to left. Cowden awaiting the first pitch from Bierbaum, which is inside. Two and 1 the count. Bierbaum, the third pitcher in this game for SWOCC. Will Shaw started the game, went 5 1/3 innings. A nice outing for Shaw. 3 runs scored on 4 hits. He had 3 strikeouts. The 1-0 is taken for a strike. 1-1 the count now on Tate Cowden. 0 for 2 and was aboard on an error in the 6th. Bierbaum comes back and issues strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Beerbaum and the Lakers a strike away from allowing any more damage to happen here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 run coming across so far. The Roadrunners leading 4-1. The pitch is taken. Strike 3 called. A breaking ball freezes Cowden. He goes down as a backwards K to end the bottom of the 7th. The Roadrunners pick up 1 run on 2 hits. They leave the bases loaded. We'll head to the top of the 8th. LB leading SWOCC 4-1. Top of the 8th inning, the Roadrunners leading the Lakers 4-1. Darren Brown in his 2nd inning of work. He goes to work on Clayton Lewis, the right fielder. Missing the first pitch. 1-0 the count now to Lewis, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first and 2 walks drawn since then. The 1-0 is a comebacker fielded by Brown. He goes to first for the out. Tarquin Daly, the center fielder, the batter. Daly 1 for 2 with an RBI and hit by pitch in the 6th. Daly, the 5-hole hitter, with Ryan Driscoll on deck. Daly 4th on the team in batting average. He is hitting .268. He steps in to face Darren Brown for the first time in this game. Takes the first pitch high and tight. 1-0 the count with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Daly has 2 doubles and a home run. 9 runs batted in this season. The 1-0 misses. Coach Yoon liking the spot from Brown. The umpire, not so much. Brown, a close stance before the leg kick. He comes back and misses down low. Yoon likes the spot again, but yet again called a ball by the plate umpire. 3-0 the count on Tarquin Daly, with Ryan Driscoll on deck. Brown comes set, the 3-0. Missing inside again. Almost the same pitch, back to back to back. Missing low and in. Daly will walk with 1 out, and Ryan Driscoll, the third baseman, will be the batter. Driscoll 0 for 3. He struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th, and flew out in the 6th. Brown looks back the runner. The first pitch, a strike. 0-1 the count on Driscoll. A 176 hitter. No extra base hits, 2 runs batted in this season. The 1-0 is hit directly at Mascarenas for 1, back to first, double play, and the inning is over. 6-4-3, and nothing across for SWOCC. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, the Roadrunners leading with 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. SWOCC 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Thanks again for tuning in to LBCC Baseball. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Roadrunners, a 4-1 lead. The first pitch, I'm not sure where it missed. Did you guys see where it missed? To Derek Darzinski. 1-0 the count. And if it missed at all, it might have been a bit outside, but looking like a good pitch from where I sit. Regardless, 1-0 the count on Darzinski, the right fielder. He takes here, this time a bit high and outside. 2-0 the count now from Braxton Beerbaum, who came in the last inning on relief of Ryan Mang. Beerbaum, a 6'2 freshman from Sutherland High School. The 2-0 taken for a strike. 2-1 the count now on Darzinski, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Dard, the 8-hole hitter, with Daquan Dennis Lee on deck. The 2-1 misses high and away again. 3-1 the count. We'll be back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock versus Clackamas Community College. A makeup game, I believe, from a game that rained out a couple weeks ago. The 3-1 misses high. Ball 4. A leadoff walk starts off this bottom of the 8th with the Roadrunners up 4-1. Daquan Dennis Lee, the left fielder, now the batter. Dennis Lee 0 for 2 with a walk. He flew out in the 3rd and in the 6th as well. The sun breaking through the clouds on what feels like a warm summer night. A slight breeze here with some cottonwood flying around. First pitch, a strike to Dennis Lee. The bottom of the order. Dennis Lee hitting .286 this season. He has a pair of doubles, 8 runs batted in. He shows bunt, and bunt's foul. 0-2 the count now on Dennis Lee. Darzinski continuing to get a small lead off of first, being held on by Ryan Driscoll. Dard with 5 stolen bases this season. Again, one of the most interesting stats here that I've seen in comparing the two teams, as the 0-2 misses outside, almost looked like a pitch out attempt, but with Dennis Lee a lefty, I doubt it. 1-2 the count. The Roadrunners with 49 stolen bases as a team, and SWOCC with 11. The 1-2 is grounded at the second baseman, Quinton. He goes to Ryan Marino. The ball skips out of Marino's glove, off the very top of his glove. Both runners will be safe.
Shortstop, number 2, Richie Mascarenas.
Did they give it a hit? Or it should be an error. It's not on. There it is. It's on the board now. I was like, they better not give that a hit. An error on the throw from Riley Quinton, an E4. They're giving it actually an E6 to the catch. I didn't know you could do that. Runners on first and second now with nobody out. Top of the order, Richard Mascarenas, the batter. Mascarenas, 2 for 4. Grounded out in the fourth. Or pardon me, grounded out in the first and in the third. Single to left in the fifth and single to left in the seventh. Here he shows bunt, pops it up. It's fielded by Ryan Driscoll, the first baseman. He throws to Quinton, who covers for the out. It does the job. Not a pretty bunt, but gets the job done. Moving up the runners. Dardzinski now at third base. Daquan Dennis Lee at second. With one down, Josh Congdon, the batter. The infield in on the grass with 1 out and 2 in scoring position. The first pitch to Congdon misses low and away. A good job by Christian McCarroll, diving to his right and stopping the ball from going past him to the very deep backstop here at the LBCC baseball field. 1-0 the count from Braxton Beerbaum. The 1-0 just misses inside. A little bit too tight for Congdon to want to swing at it. 2-0 the count with 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning, a 4-1 lead for the Roadrunners. The 2-1 is grounded directly at the third baseman, Connor Larson, who turns a double play on his own. He tags Derek Dardzinski, who had led off of third on the ground ball to third. He tags Dardzinski and throws to first for the double play. A nice job by Connor Larson. We'll head to the top of the 9th. The Roadrunners holding on to a 4-1 lead in what could be the last half inning. Thanks again for tuning in to LBCC Baseball. top of the 9th inning. A new pitcher in for the Roadrunners. It's number 17, Trevor Wells, a sophomore from West Linn High School, standing in at 6 foot. He has been the save master here for the Roadrunners this season. A check swing on the 1-0 and an appeal down to the base umpire. He goes around. 1 ball and 1 strike to Chandler Cochin, the designated hitter, who is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. 1-2 now. The count to Cochin with Kean Johnson on deck. The Roadrunners up 4-1. Wells fields a position himself and throws to first for the out. On a high chop. The 1-3 putout is good for out number 1. Kean Johnson now the batter. The left fielder is 0 for 2 with a ground out and 2 strikeouts. Bless you. Bless you. I'm not going to say it again. Just kidding. Bless you. Allergies always come as part of these beautiful sunny days. The first pitch to Kean Johnson, a strike on the outside corner from Trevor Wells. The 0-1 swung on and hit up the middle. It's off the glove of Wells. It'll be a slow roller. Mascarena's not able to come up with it and make the play. And just getting over the glove of Wells. We'll see how they score it here. Kean Johnson aboard first base. If Wells hadn't have gotten a glove on it, perhaps Tate Cowden could have come up and made a play, but he does hit it up into the air. The Roadrunners with a 4-1 lead, not much of a lead heading to this top of the 9th inning. Christian McCarroll, the catcher, swings the first pitch and hits it foul. Oh, and 1 the count. Trevor Wells in 8 games, 11 1/3 innings of work, has an ERA of .79 and 7 saves recorded. Looking for another one here. The Roadrunners up 4-1. McCarroll takes. The count will even. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Kean Johnson getting a lead off of first on each pitch. Johnston, a 116 hitter, no extra base hits this season, and 1 run batted in. He takes strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Christian McCarroll. With 1 out in the top of the 9th, the Roadrunners a 4-1 tie. Kean Johnson, the runner on first, with Riley Quinton on deck. This one swung on and hit up the middle again. This time it's off the mound. Cowden has enough time to field it. He throws to first, however, and it's a bit up the line. I think this one will be recorded as an error. We're calling it a hit. What do I know? I thought the throw was pretty far up the line. However, a hit recorded. And now the tying run at the plate in Riley Quinton, the first baseman. Quinton is 0 for 3 and was aboard on an error in the 7th. He swings the first pitch, as he's done 4 out of the 5 times tonight. 0-1 the count with 1 out, runners on first and second. The Roadrunners leading 4-1, top of the 9th inning. Wells gets Quinton to swing at the 0-1. 0-2 the count now on the leadoff man with Ryan Marino on deck. Quinton third on the team in batting average. He hits .278. He has 1 double, 1 triple, 7 runs batted in. Wells gets him swinging here for out number 2. 2 down. The Roadrunners up 4-1. Now Ryan Marino representing the tying run. Marino is 2 for 4. Grounded out in the first, singled and scored a run through the 6th hole in the 4th. Had a single through the 6th hole in the 6th, and grounded to a fielder's choice in the 7th. Takes the first pitch high and outside. 1-0 the count on Ryan Marino with Connor Larson on deck. Marino leads his team in batting average. 32 hits in 110 at bats. He's hitting 291. 1-1 the count now on Marino. The 1-1 high and outside. 2-1 the count now on Marino. Kean Johnson, the runner, at second. Christian McCarroll at first base. Ryan Marino, the batter, 2 outs, top of the 9th. The Roadrunners a 3-run lead. The count evens here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trevor Wells and the Roadrunners a strike away from ending the game and winning it here. Marino stays alive, swinging at the 2-2 and fouling it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trevor Wells reading the signs from his battery mate Cole Hamilton. He gets the sign, the 2-2, a breaking ball, swung at and hit hard, but directly at Damon Peters. He takes it to the bag for out number 3. The Roadrunners win this one 4-1. We'll be back here tomorrow, a 4 o'clock start time versus Clackamas. Again, LBCC, 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Southwestern Oregon, 1 run, 5 hits, 3 errors. The Roadrunners improved to 27-2 overall, 14-1 in conference. SWOCC will drop to 7-23 overall, 5-11 in conference. And the winning pitcher will be Brennan Laufenberger. The save will go to Trevor Wells. He'll pick up his 8th of the season. Thanks again for tuning in to Roadrunner Baseball. We'll be back here tomorrow at 4.